We love the year-end top albums list. We love featuring it. We've done it for the last few years on Indie Miners, as well as hearing what everyone else has to say. Good morning to you, Al. Really looking forward to going through our top albums for the year.
Good morning, mate. Before we get into our top albums of the year, we've thought that there's a lot of albums out there. We've got a lot of subscribers who'd probably be keen to have their 2 cents worth. So if you are a subscriber, please do drop us a comment. Let us know what your favourite album of the year is, and we will review it before this special episode before Christmas.
Okay, without any further ado, let's get into our top albums of the year.
I'm going to start off, mate, with one of my favourite albums of this year, MGMT's Loss of Life. We're going all the way back to February, mate. I think this is an absolute cracker. As I said at the review, my favourite tracks, People in the Street, Nothing Changes, Freddy's song, Bubblegum Dog. Mate, it's easily made my top albums. Where are we going next?
Number 5 on the list is a band called Good Morning. Now, they come out of Australia. This is their 8th album, and hearing a little bit that this might actually be their final album for a little while. It's called The Accident, so it's their 2nd album this year. For those that aren't familiar with them, they're in a sort of a very much an indie, sort of a soft, I'll say soft rock vibe, but they've got a ton of great albums. I've been a big fan of them for a long, long time, but please check out that album. There's the one single that they've got. It's called Soft Rock Band. Ironically, it goes for 8 minutes. It is a real cracking song. Just come out in the last couple of weeks, and it was able to slot into our top albums.
The next one for me, mate, which has only recently come out, so it's always a bit tricky and controversial, but Father John Misty, Mahash, I think it's an absolute belter, mate. She Cleans Up is still my number one song of 2024, playing it every day. It's come in most people's top 10 for this year, and it's definitely made mine, mate.
Next on our list is English Teacher, This Could Be Texas. Now, this is probably the best new band of the year, in my opinion. They probably have been around for a couple of years, it's fair to say. But this album is their debut album. They have got a cracking song. I reckon it's Song of the Year, actually, in my view, the world's biggest paving slab. Very much a dirty 70s new wave rock style of a tune. Really cool film clip also, by the way. It's got a mix of your indie rock, you're seeing a classical rock, also sort of prog rock, electronic. There is a lots of different influences that are going on in this album. This album was really great to listen to earlier on in the year.
People are saying albums are dead, but I don't know, mate. Fontaines D.C. dropped this album, Romance, earlier this year, and it is on high rotation for me, mate. There's at least 4 or 5 songs which I would say are just absolute classic songs. Bug, Motorcycle Boy, Desire, In the Modern World. I just think it's flawless from start to finish. I mean, the boys have been around for 10 years and they're still changing things up and dropping albums like this. It's my favourite album of 2024.
I can go anywhere that I want.
And number 1 on our list of top albums for the year is none other than The Smile. This is the vehicle of Tom York and Johnny Greenwood from Radiohead. Were pleasantly surprised when The Smile come out with their 2nd album, but it just so happened that they had a 3rd album later in the year, which was also probably in our top albums. It just missed the list for this year. But Wall of Eyes is a much more mature effort than their very first album that came out a couple of years beforehand. We can see that they're not necessarily a one-and-done entity. They're going to be a going concern for a few years. It seems at this stage, but check out Wall of Eyes, which is the title track of the album. Friend of a Friend is also a great tune. But then there's also Read the Room, which I think it does hark back to almost the Radiohead 90s era's Ben's era, which I think is a really cool thing to listen to after they've gone on many different tangents, if you're including Radiohead. So that's our top albums of the year. What do you think of those albums? Do you have any others that you could suggest? But please let us know which album you would like us to feature in our Christmas episode coming up. You must have a subscription if you want to put down your album of the year, and if you do, we'll feature that in our Christmas episode. So let us know in the comments. Let us know what you think.